Good morning, everybody, and welcome to what is another live show. What is it called again? Dean Cowan Show. I'm losing my mind. Piece by piece, I'm losing my mind. Every day something goes wrong, and I'm running around like a headless chicken. And I'm more embarrassed, I'm more nervous than I normally would be today, not being as well organized as I'd like to be, because I have two people who make a great show themselves. I have Cressy. Is Cressy or Cressida? Cressy and Ali on the show from the Pump Room. So I'm not gonna make you wait any longer than you absolutely need to see them. I'm gonna bring them on the camera right now. And boom! Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
I'm gonna pour a Guinness, if everyone doesn't mind. We've been sat in this what is about to become a very hot room.
It's because we're here.
Tap tap.
Yeah. And as per usual, the audio kicked out on us. The mic that isn't supposed to be working right now is actually working, and the mic that should be working isn't working, which is odd. I literally broke one of my mics. Oh, we might be running out of Guinness.
Make mine a half.
Oh. Oh.
So
Come on, Guinness. Come on, Guinness Tap. You can do it.
this is a call to arms to Aaron Wall to come drop off a keg.
And homeboy, drop off a keg, please.
Yeah. Got 5
Yeah,
minutes,
he's done that for me before.
What
I'm
a
not gonna
babe.
lie. He has helped us out in the past. All right, so we'll let them settle for a little bit. I might get you some water, because I'm very conscious that it's very warm. Right, is the audio working, people? Are you hearing anything? Anyone? All good. So Tessa says all good. Thank you.
Thanks,
for
Mum.
that. Is that your mum?
That is my mum.
That is so cool. Ah, Lola.
She is a babe.
I should have known. Right, let me just. Right, am I sweating already?
No,
I feel like
a little bit.
I feel so nervous. So, guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Having us.
You know, have you done any live shows yet? Live
We
ones?
did one,
Yeah.
and it was like, and it was
pre-recorded.
no, it wasn't. We didn't. No, not Lock in Line. It was the one that we did for that cabaret show.
Oh my goodness.
For what?
Yeah, my friend is
Oh my
part of it's called like After Dark Cabaret.
Okay.
So they had like loads of cabaret acts, of course, in the pandemic. So it was like burlesque and things like that. So a lot of burlesque stuff, and then we were like the bartenders.
We were the
So
interval.
We were the interval, like making drinks and cocktails.
Ooh.
And yeah, we didn't get paid for it.
But everyone else got paid.
I didn't realise it until afterwards, so that was fun. But
So,
But why did everyone else get paid and not you guys?
because they're performers and we're just YouTube.
and like, apparently bartending's not.
Did it go out from your...
It was all like webcams.
It was like a Zoom.
It was like a Zoom call thing. So.
And they all got paid and you didn't?
People would pay tickets to go into it, and then they cut to us, and we had like a GoPro. You can change your GoPro into a webcam. So we had a GoPro set up, I had the lights set up, had the bar set up, I pre-arranged what we were gonna do, and then the performers were using like their mobile phones, like propped up in their gardens on like vertical mode, and we were like, okay, cool.
I can't hear Ali.
Oh.
Right, this is what I was thinking might happen.
Somewhere.
It's just such a weird... How can I get that to work? Oh, let's see.
How many inputs you got in the back there?
I have two on the back of there, but I can use all the cameras ones. So I'm adding an extra one of these. So what I might do is I might try to. I need phantom power for most of my mics. So for those at home, phantom power means that like the mic needs a little extra gain or energy, and like you need a device that actually literally sends out power more than like, I think it's under 48 volts. But we'll see.
So some people can hear me, but
We'll just lean in.
shout.
You need,
shout.
we can hear him, but he's very quiet.
That's the first.
You are disgusting.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is
Look at
just
that.
to-
Did you put...
This is just to upset Aaron Wall.
There's a clover in my Guinness.
There's a shamrock.
There's a shamrock. There's a shamrock in my Guinness. I think the best and the worst Guinness I ever got served was I had a dick. There was a dick in it. Someone
Wow.
drew a dick in my Guinness.
Oh, that was meant to say Ali,
Oh, it worked out.
but you know, a bit rusty.
Awesome.
Bye.
So Aaron,
Hot already. It's hot already.
I told you, Aaron comes here sometimes, and like especially during lockdown when we'll let it settle properly. He's come here and I'm putting shamrocks in his Guinness every time. He's like, no, and he's like, but obviously he's gonna drink it, right? You know, I used to work in Ireland, and old men would get super angry with me when I'd put shamrock in the top of their Guinness. And I'm like, guys, we're right on the quays at the Liffey. It's gonna be St. Patrick's Day at some point, and the entire city of Dublin is gonna become a mess of American tourists here for St. Patrick's Day. And I know, because last St. Patrick's Day, it was mental. That they're all going to want a shamrock in their Guinness. And if I'm the guy that does shamrocks and Guinnesses, I'm going to be the guy making tips. Yeah. Right? It's as simple as that. Now, you can support me in my endeavors to make tips, or you can abuse me and not let me practice. But if you want to abuse me and not let me practice, you have to give me a tip. Because I'm losing a tip as a result. And then they'd be and they wouldn't tip me, or they stop complaining. So... cheers. Oh, it looks delicious.
Yes.
I mean, we were talking about this earlier, if we could taste through the camera. Oh, well. Overshot.
Missed it by a mile.
Oh, terrible. Right, this is cool. So, yeah, I'm much louder because their mic won't work. So, and the worst thing is I can see that it's coming through on their mic, right? But it's just you're not getting the audio at your end, which is really upsetting for me. I don't know why oh, wait.
Oh.
Has that suddenly come on?
No, it hasn't. Has it? Has it?
Hey, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
It looks on the
Hello.
On the jobby. Look. There's your mic too. It looks like it's working.
Welcome.
Wait, let me see if it's gonna... We need
this is a moment of truth. Maybe the Guinness has fixed this.
Hello?
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 Oh, no.
Ah.
Fuck!
It's not really working. Try now.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Wait a
Hello?
minute.
Hi, my name's Cressida. I'm currently single. You can find me on Tinder and Bumble. Financially stable, emotionally available, and hot. That's all I require.
Financially stable, emotionally available. That's
You've
epic.
never been financially stable.
Like right now.
You're never financially
I am financially stable.
All right.
I'm also a hot fucking mess.
Someone says it's a little clearer.
It's getting a bit...
Hello?
So that's coming through now.
Yes!
But we haven't got like the gain properly set up really.
Hi, Jamie.
It's coming through a bit poppy.
I'm sorry about last night.
It's like Poppy McPopface. So try talking now.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
No, we lost you again.
Bollocks! You know, it's the kind
I
of
just
thing when
don't. I'll tell you what we're going to do, folks. We have this thing called Mitch's Minute where we ask Mitch a question and he answers it in a minute. During Mitch's Minute, we're going to turn the aircon back on because, I mean, the audio is terrible anyway, but we might as well not be sweating, right? You can see the sweat, right? And then I'm going to try one last chance at fixing this audio for you guys so you can hear the legends that are Ali and Cressy from the Pump Rooms, okay? Now, I push this button and you should get Mitch's Minute. If you don't, complain, please, in the comments, and then we'll know.
Worst garnish trends. Anytime the cocktail picks across the glass and not down in the glass, I hate that. I hate spikes. Anytime there's a wedge of lime on the edge of the glass, it's not a highball. If it's like on the edge of a daiquiri, like what, you don't trust your balance? No, that's whack. The big ice cube in the coupe, I hate that. I think those are the, like, oh, do you know what also kills me is the salt all the way down the length of a highball. Like, what am I gonna lick the base of the glass? That's whack. They shouldn't have, the person that got that how do I drink this Instagram handle taken down because she was gonna sue them, they were doing God's work.
let's get yours on then.
Right,
I
we're still trying to figure it out. But I think if you can
You
speak,
just speak off that one.
Well, I could take this off and put the second one on as well.
what do you
So
mean?
I've got two going into the one frequency.
Ooh, wow.
Do you want to give it a try? Take hers out, pop this in.
Wow, yeah, do it. Put them both in. That.
You
We
said
ready?
that before.
We ready?
Yeah.
So, do you guys use this when you're recording? This setup when you're
So-
recording?
Sometimes.
We use these, but we also use like a lav mic that goes directly into
I
the
just
phone.
don't get it.
And then sometimes we use shotgun,
Right.
and then we use GoPro.
Yeah. Sound is not.
All right.
Sound is
Speak
not.
now.
Hello.
I don't think my even headphones are plugged in properly anymore. Like, what is going on here?
Oh,
No, I just lost everything.
we lost all audio.
Do you know what the fun part is, right? You guys have your own show, right? So, like, you know what it feels like to try to get all this
I
shit
know exactly
going,
where
right?
you
Yeah.
are. I know exactly
And,
what you're doing.
It's so funny, like, doing the live show. You can't... Oh, yes, they can hear us. That's a bit clearer. All right, let's hope it's working.
Well, this is why we don't do live shows on the
Um,
pub room.
Yeah, you know what? But when it works, it's so much fun. Like, I just like the idea, for the live show, I just like the idea of the interaction.
That's worse.
You know what I mean?
Dan's just said it's worse.
Dan says it's worse.
Okay, speak.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Hello.
to my career.
That sounds...
Hello?
That's for yours.
Hello? Yep.
All right, now?
Hello.
I think it sounds all right.
Dan,
Dan?
my husband, tell
Husband?
me, does it sound any better? That's worse.
Daniel Butcher. No. He posted that about me.
Oh, okay.
Wait, yeah, there might be a delay.
He's currently working.
Yeah, he's probably... I'll just bring it down a little bit in sensitivity. But on this, like, if you put your head in there, that's what we should be hearing, right?
Hello.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, right?
My name is Cressida Ali.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you not getting anything there?
I'm clear. She just needs to go up a little bit. No,
I think it'll
sorry.
be all right.
Okay, great.
Nope,
No.
he hates us. Can barely hear.
Hello. Hi.
It sounds loud on this. It's so funny because I can hear it perfectly
Wait,
here.
let me just pull up the line.
Maybe
stream.
my
No, let me
headphones are
just have a
turned
look
up
on my
way too
phone.
loud.
Just gonna pull up the stream.
I don't know.
Da-da-da.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, Hello. Okay.
All right, good morning.
No, actually, it's fine. It's fine. We sound fine.
Yeah,
Yep, we're all
is
good.
someone just trolling us?
No, that's my husband.
He is trolling us. He's a slag.
He's
I
it's
don't think he is.
Right, we're good. Let's do this.
Good.
Good.
You're
It
hoping
sounds
he's not.
fine on my phone.
Even if it doesn't work properly, we're still going to have a fun time and not
Yeah.
stress about it and sweat in this box.
But you're used to sweating
Oh.
in your sauna.
This is a sweaty box.
That's
Oh
what
my
she
God.
said. I love a good sweaty box.
Oh.
Right, now that we've lowered the tone to an appropriate level,
Still talking about audio.
I think we're good.
We're
You
good.
know,
It sounds good on
it
my
just
phone.
you know what gets me sometimes, like you're relying on other people, and they're saying it's all good and everything's okay, and then you go back and you watch the show afterwards, and you're like, wow, that was not okay. That audio was not okay. But one day I'm gonna get an intern. You can see why.
Yeah,
We'd have
you're
someone
running
else.
around- you were just running around doing everything while I stood here and watched, and I felt really bad. But then I also realized that it's not.
There's
not
nothing you
nothing
can
I
do.
I can't really do anything because I don't know.
It's
exactly
a
where
complicated
going, so-
mess.
I am in awe of this place.
Yeah.
It's a
I want to
frazzled.
live in-
Oh, I've got a great idea.
Oh my god, excited, so excited.
I actually heard your audio through the microphones over there. That's how loud you shut.
Okay. Oh no, I'm trying to be quiet. Oh yeah, baby.
There's just less heat.
This is the ones I'm turning down are the halogens.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Okay. This is going to considerably help with the heat. Now,
Is it okay?
how are we feeling?
Feeling good, feeling.
All right, guys. I'm gonna wash my hands because I've been rubbing my head, and I feel kind of gross. But I wanted to ask you guys some questions because I'm trying to like turn this into kind of a chat showy job, and my end goal, right, the dream for the chat show situation, is to get a group of bartenders, so they have to be able to bartend or come from the bartending industry, even if they become a brand ambassador or something, but like have lived and worked the bartending career for at least 3 years, right? Because I think 3 years is a point where you're like, you lived it for 3 years. At the end of 3 years, you might move on to something else, but you really did understand what it felt like to be a bartender.
Yeah.
Right? That's the point where you know bartending enough to hold your own on a station by yourself. Now, I want to get those people that also like making videos. So Des is someone that I'd love to have to come on board.
Yeah.
Mo from Two Schmucks. He's a natural in front of the camera, loves making videos. He's super cool, loads of fun, very down to earth and real. You guys, I was thinking, might throw this out since we're live and your mum's watching, extra pressure. And did you say your husband?
My husband as well.
And your husband's watching, right? So extra pressure. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we started a show called the Bar Show Show? And it's a show that goes to all the bar shows around the world and does a show at bar shows. But it's people that already have shows related to bars doing a show at bar shows called the Bar Show Show.
This literally feels like when Lizzie McGuire saved Lizzie McGuire when she was on the Lizzie McGuire movie because Lizzie McGuire was too hard to sing, but then Lizzie McGuire ran away. Then Lizzie McGuire gave Lizzie McGuire the strength to sing in front of the whole Coliseum in the Lizzie McGuire movie. I'm so here for
See?
this.
Right? You're in?
It's like an Inception thing, isn't it?
It'd be
like,
cool.
Yeah, it sounds a bit crazy.
It's just layers.
just layers, like an onion.
But all we need to do is just say we went to BCB, right? We just turn up a BCB. Everyone does their own bits. You take your GoPros, I take my GoPros, whatever. We might swap cameras at times and just shoot our day and do slightly different things. Meet up in the evening before all the parties really kick off, but at a bar where there's drinks and stuff, and set up the live rig and go live explaining the day, chatting to people. Does that make sense?
Getting guests.
Be like, so what else happened today? And all those bar personalities are in one city, one time. They just got to drop in for a drink.
If you're quick enough on the edit, you could get it out.
Oh, I'm talking live.
No, I'm saying
then you don't have to edit.
No, for the live. If
right, yeah.
If you're quick enough on the edit around the show, get around enough early enough, then you can post that on when you're talking.
That's the thing. So like, if you look at this setup, so see this. If I take, like, say I go in here, and I take a video that I've made, like so. For example, I might.
Is that you in the bedroom?
Yeah, these are all bedroom pics. I'm
All
very
bedroom
wild.
pictures.
Right, so you can. It's as easy as being able to, like, you took some footage of something you seen when you were out on your tour around Berlin, and you'd send it to whoever's mashing up the show.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, they'd just add it into this and press a button.
That's what I'm saying. That would make the show a little bit more, have a little bit more depth.
Depth,
to it,
yeah.
because you can be like, wherever the person's talking about, you can easily have a clip go straight to that for the person who's not been to the event. So it's literally live straight away before, before it's like, instead of coming out a couple of weeks later on, it's like on that day.
It's on the day.
But then do you feel like with events, events are coming back open now with the pandemic, like things are getting eased, hopefully. Do you think people are still going to be anxious to go to events? So this would be a sort of way to bring people get involved with it?
I think one of the things that struck me, I used to be a global brand ambassador and I traveled all around the world, right? One thing that struck me, when I stopped traveling, I felt a disconnect from all the bars. So for example, if you look at like 100 most influential bar list and like the 50 best bars, right? And you live in Singapore. You don't go to London, you don't visit London, you don't know Bar Life UK, for example, you don't follow London media. The thing you know about the rest of the world is 100 most influential, 50 best.
Yeah.
JJ Goodman's not on either of those.
No.
Right? But JJ Goodman won an award for, like, his business won an award for best place to start a career progression, like awards for taking care of his staff. He's like a legend. Him and Lyndon Higginson are two of like the UK's best bartender turned operators of my generation. Do you know what I mean?
You can't fault JJ or Hoppy like at all. Like
Exactly.
When we went into lockdown, like I was supposed to leave LCC and go to Artesian,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a call from Artesian being like, "Really sorry, we've had to stop all new hires because of COVID. We've gone, something's happened." And I was like, "That's fine." And I called JJ and I called my MD and was like, "Can I retract my notice?" They retracted my notice within 2 hours, put me on furlough, and kept me in the company. It's going to be 6 years with LCC.
See that's
And he like Hoppy and Jay, like they called all the staff. They're like, "Can you eat? Can you pay your rent? Are you
Yeah.
okay?" They're the kind of people who are like,
they're good.
You've had a breakup. You need someone to stay. We have a sofa, and that mentality has fed into the company, and that's what makes LCC so special. Because even though we've expanded and we've done all these things, it has remained a company that's very family orientated, but also like JJ will scrub in and do a shift with us. Like
Yeah.
our area manager will get behind the bar and shake drinks if we're in the weeds. Like it doesn't matter. Like we're in the shit.
In
we're
it
in the
together.
Shit, we're in the shit together. And like like for me, if you cut me open, I just bleed LCC. And like the thing is, you stay loyal to something like that. And like almost 6 years with the company, like, I started as like someone who washes glasses in
Yeah.
Shoreditch, and now I'm GMing Old Street, and I have done for like 2 years. It used to be the Worship Street whistling shop, and like I'm still the mentality of like I'll clean the puke, I'll mop the floors. Like come on, like we're all here.
Wait,
Yeah.
there's the Worship Street whistling shop is at LCC
Yeah,
now?
it's my LCC.
I thought it was the Shoreditch one where green and red used to be, like down that street.
Well, you got that, but like we're where the Worship Street whistling shop was. So
There's an LCC I haven't been to.
You've got to come see it. It's
Oh my
gorgeous.
god! JJ's expanding so fast. I
It's been
can't
there for
keep
2
up.
years.
Hey, I'm an
Yeah,
old
man.
man, okay?
But you have to come see us.
So it's as old as my son, basically.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been. I need to get out more.
But that bar, the great thing about the fact that it used to be the whistling shop is that I can do my business with my staff and then be like, you need to appreciate the history that come into these four walls of this venue and the great people who have worked behind the bar previous, and that you get to be part of some of that history and you get to work in this building and we get to do stuff.
Yeah,
and
well, so
gas.
so this is my point, right? You're deeply passionate about it
Oh,
because you've lived it and you're here. But if you're someone in another country, you only see what's being shared amongst other countries. So, for example, I
we're not
felt
live on Facebook anymore.
it's not live on Facebook anymore. You know what? I don't understand what's wrong with Facebook. The last time I will turn it off and on again, Facebook. But like the last time I went to go live with Facebook, it said #200 error. Like,
Was
Right.
that?
what's a hash? Why not just tell me what it is? But apparently they time out your page after a couple of months from having a live stream access, and you have to like go log back in and allow live streaming from a broadcast device again.
Yeah.
So you know what? Like, I'm sorry, Facebook. Maybe let's go. We'll go on and share onto. I forgot to do this. Share onto LBA and different bits and
I've
pieces.
shared on LBA. I've done it.
Oh, you're
I did it
so
all of it.
good. See, these
I think
guys,
we're gonna
professionals.
survive
Well, you know, whatever.
on it. No.
I can't tell. I actually had to go. I'm on all these video live streaming forums. I was like, hey guys, does anyone know what Facebook's #200? And they're like, yeah, basically they're just making you jump through hoops for no reason and sign up to, like, I think it feels like they're like mass kicking everyone off everything, and then when you go back in to log back in and set it back up again, they're getting you to tick extra boxes that you previously had not ticked, you know? So it must be that. It says connecting now. Ooh. Wow. I wonder what that's about. So it says ready. It says it's going back on Facebook, but I don't care about it, Facebook. If we've got a recording, we can share it afterwards, right?
Sort out.
I'm recording it all.
Sort
I've
out.
got a backup. Yeah, so as I was saying, I traveled all around the world. I went to 80 different countries. I was traveling as a global brand ambassador, and I felt you could feel what was happening in the industry. You were like 30 countries a year, you know? When you go to those countries, you go to bars that are just epic, and then you forget the name of them. But I mean, you're going to 6 bars, 7 bars in a day. You're going on tour for 3 weeks. So if you went and drank all day, every day, going and running around, running events, running competitions and stuff, and going to 6 or 7 bars a day, sometimes even more, and you're doing guest shifts in 2 different places in one night, you remember this amazing bar, but you can't remember the name of it, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes the cities mashed into each other, but you got a sense of what was going on. You got a sense of like the industry all coming up together, and like bartenders everywhere getting better and better and better and better. And then I stopped traveling, and there's no journalist out there going to every single bar,
No.
and then doing the simplest thing in the world for me, one of my dream things to do, and I'm going to start doing it, is like MTV Cribs for bars, right? If you just went to like what did you want to do that as well, or you're doing it
with home bars?
with home bars?
Your home bars.
Oh,
No, but she really wanted to do like an MTV Crib style, you know, where they like pan like this, like
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's like
fast
you're like, look
forward.
at the cars, look at
They
the
fast
bottles.
forward and they go back and it's like, here's my fridge. Like she wanted to do that, and I was like, I just kind of want to film it, and then because it's the first time when we did Joe's, it was like the first time we've been out.
Joe's was lovely, by the way. I love that video.
Thank you.
I was like, I miss Joe. I don't see Joe
It's
anymore.
not hard to get to Reading from here, so
It's
like,
25 minutes from Paddington.
Oh yeah. I want to go check out his.
It's awesome.
It's
so good.
He has a centrifuge coffee
I've
table.
seen that.
He just totally goes, I'm like,
That's crazy.
I don't even have a coffee table in here. I'm jealous of his coffee
we
table.
have a floor that's like
You-
bowing and.
You haven't got a coffee table, but you've got two amazing cameras, and this like I think that this adds up more than
This
his
is more of a
centrifuge.
TV studio. I think.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
It's like got a TV studio vibe to it, and for some reason so normally that screen, see the way it's on PC. Who put it on PC? That's what I have to ask.
Might
No.
be my big head.
No,
TV
yeah. Normally that screen shows everything. Right, guys. I think I want to make you guys a drink. Or what sort of drink do you like? What
Well,
You've got to
babes.
surprise me.
Oh,
surprise?
You literally just asked for a fucking surprise. Fucking terrible man.
It's okay.
Oh.
There's no bad orders in this cabin.
Alright. Okay.
Oh, it's live again. Thank you,
Yeah.
Diogo. I
Yeah.
turned it off and on again. Do you know the IT crowd? Do you know the way it's like, have you tried turning it off and on again? Do you know I didn't want to watch that for ages because I thought it was the IT crowd. I thought it was about cool people.
Fuck's sake, really?
Are you,
Oh, the
I was
IT
like,
crowd's so
I thought I had this image of it being like,
you
know,
saw the cast?
I didn't
No,
know. I had
okay,
never seen any
alright.
of the cast before.
Richard
And
Alvardi
I didn't know that I didn't know that it was like, I thought it was like Sex and the City style thing, and I was like, no, not my scene. And then I watched an episode, and I went into, I'll never forget this moment. I was watching it on TV or something where I hadn't made a conscious effort, and it come on, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, what is this? And it was the episode with the countdown, where
he's
Moss
on Countdown.
does the
yes,
countdown.
yes.
I lost my mind. They
Oh
go
my
to that
God.
milk bar. They go to like a day club where no one drinks alcohol and they're
Yeah.
all geeks. And I was like, I want to make that club a reality. I want to like
God.
imagine being a bajillionaire and just buying the whole top floor of like a council block estate and just turning it into their most wicked club you've ever seen in your life. Or underground. Like, what if your
Like-
government shuts it down? You're a billionaire.
Do you know what I think would
Do
be
it
really
again.
Cool? It's like, you know how Debenhams have gone out of business, right? And they leave these massive buildings, and they've got like makeup desks and shit. You could literally have
Yes.
different style cocktail kiosks, shots, apple sours, hooch, your own little Angels Envy stand. Okay.
You could do one in each city and call it Tipple of London, Tipple of Manchester. And it'd be like Taste of London, but like all the stands would be different bars.
Exactly. And then you could have like your Britney Spears and like your Barbie girl section, your fucking rock and roll stuff. Like you should be able to go somewhere and experience everything, because if you can go to a shopping mall and you can buy anything you fucking want, from your Chanel to your TK Maxx to whatever else, and to your shit Costa coffee. Why can't we do that with clubs and bars? Why can't we like have everything?
Are you suggesting a tapas of bars?
A tapas and bars? Yes, I do suggest that. But also, I want a room with like loads of poles and
You're just crazy.
still single.
Yeah,
Still
still single.
My number is 0792157.
You are so funny.
You're
I
so
go
weird.
by the name of Queen's.
Are you like?
Yes, I'm using this.
Are you using the Dean Callan show as an excuse to get a
Babe,
girl?
multiple. Not just one. Don't sell me short.
You guys are so funny.
Honestly, I don't know why I
Why
bother
don't you use the gift
I-
for that as well?
What?
I don't. Didn't he say husband?
I
Is
have
he
a
married?
husband.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
you do
It's
have
not
a
even like.
husband. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible person.
That's not. No.
You're mean. You're a horrible person.
Like.
But there is actually a Debenhams. There's a Debenhams in Southampton that's gone out, and
Yeah.
it was like one of the ones that was built in the 1960s. So it has got that department store look to it
Ooh.
inside, and it's like 2 stories. No, it's 3 stories. Sorry, 3 stories. And I think it's going for about $2 million.
Pocket change.
Well, if you're in London, it's pocket change. But what I'm saying is that if the high street pretty much going, you might as well capitalize on shops closing.
No, but you know that like from my understanding, they're just not. You can't turn an A1 into an A4 or A3
Well,
license.
There's been a lot of microbreweries that have like micro bars, isn't there?
Did you just serve me like my all-time favorite thing in the world?
Green stuff, yeah.
Greens.
This is green juice. So I take kale and I lacto ferment it over 6 weeks, crush it down. I put some spirulina in it, some Maduri, some lemon juice. Joking. This is a surprise to everyone. I forget what I even put it. I wasn't even looking.
Like the face on me, I'm just like.
This is one of Trailer Happiness's Basic Beach. I think it's a play on the Basic Bitch.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Don Q, 11.6% ABV. I've got you might have noticed I've got a lot of cocktails from people's like to-go cocktail stuff that I need to try. I will make you another drink.
It's alright.
This was a surprise.
Look at the smile on my face.
That's nice.
Cheers.
Mm. That's so good. It's Maduri and pineapple, basically, really. With a bit of rum.
Oh my god, that's brilliant. It's like green stuff. So I
Mm.
remember doing speed rack like 4 a bit years ago, and that was the first time I met Chelsea Bailey.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yes, and she's like one of my very good friends, and we were at Bon Vivant, and I can't remember what happened. Like, and we just got talking, and it was like, I'm going. She's like, me too. And then I was like, I really want Midori's house. She's like, I fucking love Midori. And I had a bottle in my bag, and we took this to mum. Like, can we have some Midori's house, please? And we just kind of ended up bonding about it. It's like, fine.
Oh, get it.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Fuck off.
Fruit flies.
But yeah, no, we like ever since that happened, like we've been mates ever since. And like,
She's super cool.
Yeah.
She won the Ultimate Bartending Championship with Monkey Shoulder. I tried to make a bartending competition, sorry, that was like purely objective. There was no judging. You had 10 blind tasters. You guessed what they were, and if you got them all right, you got 10 points. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Like, not like, oh, I decided that like your outfit, it's not like what we're looking for.
Fuck off.
You know, like that sort of shit just drove me crazy in cocktail competitions. I used to do so many cocktail competitions in Australia. It was a bar that had a cocktail comp every single month, sponsored by a brand, and you might only win a bottle of Zen green tea liqueur. One of the comps I won, bottle of Zen green tea liqueur.
Eyebrows for days, eyebrows
Yeah,
for
I
days.
loved it. It was so good. But like, I got to the point where I was competing every single month in this against my peers, and when I say my peers, I mean they're our friends.
Yeah.
And I just started losing my mind because the judges we knew them, and we knew which way we could bet on who they were going to go for. Hence the competition. Chelsea Bailey destroyed the comp, completely won it, but simultaneously won Shivers.
Dude, like,
Right.
she's Chelsea, I win everything Bailey, or Chelsea fucking big deal Bailey, or just
Winner, right? And I got a call from someone at the Shivers side being like, what do you think about this? You can't enter 2 comps at the same time. I was like, was it in your rules? No, well, it wasn't in our rules, but it's an unspoken thing apparently, that you can't win both legacy and world class. So you can't compete in 2 comps, counter. And I was like, look, let her choose which one she wants to be in. Like, but I'm happy for her to be in both, you know, like if she wins both, it's great for her, which is great for both brands, really. Like, you know, you can say,
yeah.
she's going places because she won both things, but she had to pick one, and she picked Shivers. And I was like, right, they are bigger, and they are going to fly you to like Tokyo, or I think it was like Hong Kong. And then the next year she won the monkey one again anyway. Like, total boss. Just like, meh, I'll come back for the monkey one next year. How good is that? I was so impressed. And then I took her to Tales of the Cocktail, and I'm like, despite my confidence on camera, the shyest person when it comes to like open sexuality stuff and strip clubs and all this. And she just wanted to go to strip club, and I'm like, I don't really go to strip clubs. Like, I got kicked out of a strip club quite violently by a bouncer once, or he attempted to, but they stopped him because I went to a strip club with a manager, an owner that owned a bar that I worked in, and he thought it was the cool thing to bring a young kid to a strip club, and I just don't get it. I don't get someone stripping on in front of you. It's just not in my brain. No, it doesn't work. So he kept buying me lap dances from this beautiful girl from the Czech Republic. She turns out she's studying medicine. It was 2001, and she's studying medicine.
She's studying medicine.
She's married. No, but she's married, and we start having this conversation. And after about 4 lap dances, which cost him an absolute fortune, I keep picking the same girl. And he's like, "Why are you picking the same girl every time?" I'm like, "Listen, we're in a conversation about like the college she's going to." It gets to a stage where like you're in a private room, and she's like, "You give me a little lap dance." I'm like, "I don't know." And then we were having fun, right? And I get on top of her, and I'm like doing my little lap dancey thing, and she goes like this, and I'm like, no touching, and I'm like doing these, and the bouncer comes in, and I've gone like that, and all he sees is a big guy on this tiny girl, like on top of her.
Yeah.
You're supposed to sit there and not move your hands.
Yeah.
And he just comes up and puts me in like a rear naked and starts like trying to drag me out. I freak out. And she's like, no. And it took so long to explain because they were like, 19-year-old kid goes to a strip club, has a conversation, makes friends. She doesn't see him as threatening and he's on top of her, but it's all cool. Like, they're like, this doesn't happen. Yeah, so I don't go to strip clubs. And she wanted to go to strip clubs in New Orleans. And me and I think it was Hudson who just proposed to his new fiance, are like in strip clubs. I'm like, don't post this on social media. Like, we'll get in so much trouble from our wives and girlfriends. And we didn't know where to go. And she was like, you tried, guys. It was really lame, but you tried. Like, I'm sorry to do that to you. Because actually we just didn't know where to go. And everything else was closed. So we took her on the lamest strip club tour ever in history. And now that I don't work for the brand anymore, all those expenses that I claimed at strip clubs, I was genuinely hosting a bartender that wanted to go to strip clubs, and the drinks were terrible. So we were like, the drinks here are so bad.
If you go to Brown's in Shoreditch, you can expense lap dances as VAT receipts, which is something that I've learned.
I thought Brown's was an old man's pub.
I've had actually people have asked for VAT receipts in my place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you run a strip club?
No, I run a sauna. Oh, I realise we're doing this live, aren't we?
Yeah.
See? That's the trick. You got to get people to feel really comfortable and then just open up.
I'm one of the managers at a gay sauna in Southampton.
But a sauna, like what? So everyone just gets naked and lies in the steam?
A gay sauna. It's men only.
Gay men only, or just men only?
No, it's men only.
Open to curious men also.
It's men only, but basically it's a place where people will get together. But in a nice way. And
do they have women only gay saunas?
Pardon?
There's no women only gay saunas.
No.
You should have like both types of gay saunas.
There are straight saunas.
They're not interested in gay saunas.
They'll go out for like 2 months. They're like, yeah, cool. Let's go to lesbian clubs, and they all suck for lesbian clubs. The only good one I've been to has been in New York, and it's like the cubby hole or something. It's awesome. But lesbians, they'll go out, they'll have a few drinks, and then they'll meet this one girl, and she's like the one. And they'll go home and they'll nest for like a year or two, and they won't go out, and then they'll fight each other, get a cat, and then get divorced, and then they're back out again. Lesbians don't spend money. They get
I
months of it.
see.
They are so emotionally attached to things that
They're
they can't do this like casual. Like some could do casual sex, but like a lot of them are,
So they're so viciously monogamous that like if they perceive
of
going
them.
to a lesbian club as like a meat market rather than a place to go out and have fun, then if they're with someone, they're not going to go out.
Gay males are, and I think you'd agree with this.
Promiscuous.
Yeah.
And gay women
I used to
are
manage.
not
I
as
used to
much.
manage a gay club.
Which
Where?
one?
In Dublin. It was called. Well, it was a gay night. 2 nights. It was one night. Turned into 2. I was on the front cover of a gay magazine. They all thought I was gay. I was like, no. Unfortunately, like also they were like, do you want to be on an industry magazine? I was like, yeah, cool. you know, and it was like only one night a week that we did the gay night at this point. I was like, yeah, cool. And I thought it was like for bartenders.
Yeah.
Wasn't that industry?
No.
No.
The-
It was the sauna night industry, and then they were like, so we're gonna get like naked. I was like, why are we getting naked for a bar thing? And then they were really slippery because they got a straight guy or perceived straight guy and a straight girl, perceived straight girl, on the front cover of a gay magazine that they just launched, and we're both like no clothes on. Which was kind of, I sent the magazine back to my dad. He didn't take it very well. They took a little while to get back to me.
So you basically you were gay for pay in a way.
Gay for pay.
No,
No.
didn't pay me.
No, that didn't pay. You did it for
We're
free.
doing God's work.
mate. Like
Did
I was
for-
promoting the club night. Like I didn't really care. Like had a few, and I got along with the guys really well. Like you got to look at it from a point of view of there's a guy I know who's starting his own magazine. He's out on his own, and he wants someone that's known in the crew of people because they were giving the magazine out at the club. You know, like you came in, there was this magazine that had all the info and what was going on and what nights were happening and stuff like that. And I knew everyone at the club. Like it was a lot of fun. There was about 400 people. I bartended by myself. It was an interesting place to be. And do you know how many gin and tonics never got consumed? I want to buy him a gin and tonic. No, you don't want to buy him a gin and tonic. You want to talk to him. I will introduce you to him. Just stop buying gin and tonics and not drinking them. Like, it got to a point where I was like, do you want me to dip the top of the glass in tonic and then in gin and then just fill it with tonic? And it can be a holding drink. And if he starts drinking it, I'll replace it with a real gin and tonic. Like, can we just, here's a drink voucher? Because I was throwing out more booze than they were consuming at some points. It was interesting. Right, drinks.
Yeah. The only reason I brought up the gay sauna was that someone had asked me for a VAT receipt to claim on expenses. So someone has claimed that. Entertainment.
Who were they?
I don't know what they're entertaining themselves, but I don't
Or
know.
maybe they're actually gay for pay.
Maybe.
Do you remember when we won Bar Clash? Like, what was it, 4 years ago we won Bar Clash? And we got
4 years ago, yeah.
And we got so Elsie Islington, which is now Homeboy, around. Ali came on and bartended with us as well. We did it with Jaeger, and we got taken to Paris by JJ and Happy.
Yeah, we went to
And
Paris.
then we went to Dirty Dicks, went to all these incredible bars, and then we went to a strip club.
Yeah.
And we went to the dirtiest strip club I've ever
No,
seen in my life.
I
The
dropped out.
pole-
I dropped
Oh,
out.
you dropped out by then.
I dropped out.
What?
The pole had been cemented into the ceiling, and you can still see the cement. And then my bar manager at the time, called Sylvia, she got offered a job, and she's very Italian, and she knows what she wants, and all that kind of stuff. And so instead of
Was she
being
dancing?
No, they were like, oh, to manage it or something, and this is fucking midnight or something, and she's stood there talking to the manager, being like, well, how much money?
Do you like
gonna
rum?
give me?
Yes.
Yes. And she's just talking about how much money you're gonna give me, this, that, and the other. And then this guy gives us a round of beers, and she's like, I've decided, I'm not gonna work for you. And we end up leaving. And we managed to, but it was absolutely fantastic. But Paris was wild. I think
Paris
gave me
is.
a card in a club called the Rex, and I thought it was the company card, and it was his personal Amex, but I thought it was something he could expense. And I thought he said to me, don't get any spirits, just get champagne. I'm like, cool. 2 bottles of Perrier Jouet, 8 rum and coke, 8 Coronas, 8 shots of tequila, and 8 Jaeger bombs. 1,500 euros.
Wow.
And I'm hammered. It's 4 in the morning. I'm like, here's the receipt so you can claim back the expenses. And he's like, this is my personal Amex. I was like, okay. He's like, don't worry about it. We'll do it another time. That was
Poor Hoppy.
mental.
Well, he got that out of the way before he had a little baby.
Yeah.
The giving out his personal.
I was having it was the company card.
I've had the opposite a few times. I've had the company card die on me, and then pull out my personal one. They've just it's just been cut off. And I've pulled out my personal one, and it's turned out it was because some of the brand ambassador team or some of the marketing team hadn't put their expenses through on time, and I had done mine because I was on the road. Yeah. For 6 or 8 weeks in foreign countries where I know no one, and then they cut your card off, and you're like, right, So I'm in a foreign country with no support, no other peers, and no line of cash. In Australia, we run an event that the tab was 5,000 Australian dollars. And at the end of the night, the card had been stopped.
Oh my
You know,
God.
for clerical reasons. And it was on a like Saturday night in Australia, which means Saturday morning in the UK. So I had to wait till Monday and I had to like be really nice and be like, hey guys. So I've had the opposite as a brand ambassador. You know,
That's terrible.
you end up having to use yours. So I've made you a drink. It's what I felt like drinking. Oh no, I just realized. I've just felt like something more than I feel like this.
I guess we're gonna have to have more drinks then.
Yeah. Well, we can. So, quick fire, a few questions, right? Because if someone's watching this, I want them to feel like they got something out of it, beyond just like being like, when are they going to start? Because we've been just getting to know each other, right? Having fun chat.
Yeah.
So guys, what's your goal with the pump room? Where do you want to see it going? And you might not have thought of that.
Bricks and mortar.
Bricks and mortar. You want to get
Bricks and mortar is
turn it into a bar.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
I think that's one of the milestones that we're gonna do.
Make like obviously like Sam it on YouTube, absolutely. Take it on the road. Route 66 is like a big thing for us. We want to do something where we're on Harley.
Brick 66.
Route 66.
Route 66.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Harleys, giant bars on the route, the history of it, like, and that's a road that's very personal to both of us. And we've made a promise to each other to do that.
That's super cool.
and also
I always wanted to. I've never been to San Francisco,
No.
and the reason is I want to drive into San Francisco in a Shelby GT 500, like
Eleanor.
from Bullet. Yeah.
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 And he drives into San Francisco with that thing and races it around. I was like, so myself and my wife on our honeymoon, we were going to drive into San Francisco in this car, and it was like $2,500 to hire the car. We're like, it's a once in a lifetime. You know, drive from LA, wah! And we were going to do it. And then the car got hired by someone who had more money.
Oh.
Different.
So we got a red convertible and drove to Vegas instead. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. We had like big glasses. I was like, it's bat country. It was so good. We can't stop here. This is bat country.
Amazing.
Look what God did to us. God didn't do that to us. You did that to us. You're a goddamn narcotics officer. That's so good. I love that shit. That was my happiness. And like, my wife is so cool that she's like, yeah, let's just do that. I'm like, sweet.
That's what you want though.
That's what you want.
That's cool. What's your goal with the Bartenders Broadcast Network then? You're gonna do a quick fire.
I want to get. Okay, we'll go back and forth, right? So you guys want bricks and mortar. Yeah. I want kind of a similar thing. I obviously want a bar, but having been out of bartending for 10 plus years, I want to kind of go back and revisit bartending and learn it again. And as I do, and I start to like fine tune my recipes, what am I doing? I made 2 giant ones and then split it.
I like little things.
Let's do little babies, but like multiples of little babies because we're responsible drinking. So I have this concept of having a bar where every drink is one standard UK measure, either 25 ml of spirit, 40% or 35, because you can do both. So you'd have, every time you order a drink, you can order a single, a double, or a triple, and you'd get the equivalent of a single gin, a double gin, or a triple in all the cocktails,
Cocktail menu without breaking the bank.
and without getting too smashed.
I like that.
And it would also mean that we could do a presentation, for example, like say we were doing this show, and I made a drink, you made a drink, and she made a drink. We make the drinks for each other, but they'd be pre-batched out the back, and they would go out to every single person in the crowd that's watching it.
Yeah.
So you could actually have a bar environment where we're doing this sort of stuff, and there's cameras zooming in on this. Like, you know, you can do that stuff, and like you've got the close-up, and you can go back, and you can do all this other bits. And they can see that on those big screens, hence those giant monitors out there for seemingly no reason right now. And the guests can be involved and ask questions and do basically this show, but in bricks and mortar. So that's my kind of goal. I want to do the show to fine tune that theater side of things, and then build a bricks and mortar place where you've got ideally a nice bar set up that has all the cameras. But more and more, since I've started trying to get fit, I'm starting to think like if there was a big space and in the morning hours where it's not going to be busy in the bar, it was like a studio where you go in, you do some fitness stuff, and had all that like out there, had all the stuff, and then there's like on-site showers and stuff. That's like a members club, but like a lifestyle place. And then as it goes on, we do a nice lunch, and then an afternoon aperitif session, and then it's a bar at night, and then it closes and it cleans up and start again. So you've got that whole lifestyle transition thing, and a couple of days a week we'd make shows. That's what I want to do. Now, do you want a half pint of Guinness so we can have it's kind of like a rum Ottawa. It's like a Manhattan meets a rum Toronto. And a Guinness? No, let's be responsible. We'll be responsible. We'll have 2 small ones. I'll be making Guinness and Manhattan Boilermakers. So it's a pint of Guinness with a Manhattan on side. It tastes so good.
That's all right.
You don't like Fernet Branca?
No, I like Fernet Branca.
Because you know what's actually really interesting?
I like Fernet Month. I don't like
It's
the other one.
interchangeable with this. If you do the
This is
same thing
great.
with that,
That stuff is tits.
delicious, right? Have you seen this? Like, you know,
Right.
oh,
There is a Pessoa shortage across our industry at the moment. So if you're watching and you have a lot of Pessoa, please send to London Cocktail Club Old Street because I need it because I need to make 1 billion porn style martinis this weekend. All right, babes?
Melonade.
oh,
Yeah, I'm getting melanated. All right, babes.
I was like, sure I had
Pessoa, being a
a
Pessoa,
stack of Pessoa like hanging around and like under here. There's just like, there's actually more. There's like a lot more somewhere. I think I bought like a case of it at one point because that was the only one I could get. But yeah, and I've got loads of little mini bottles. Thought you might like that. Right, so next question. What's the next step when you start doing the home bar videos? Is that like the next thing you're going to start doing?
I think it's now the case that we're lockdown's easing, trying to get out, restrictions and stuff. So I think we're trying to take it on the road. I mean, at the moment we've got like a GoFundMe page to try and help us get a van, just to try and get out to like different locations. So not just in London, like we've done with Joe recently going to Reading, but I think trying to find like.
Well, when you say a van, like, is it how much gear do you have to move?
Well, no, it's more about just getting ourselves there safely. I'm currently.
And like sort of a.
Do you not have cars?
I ride motorcycles.
Ah, see, that's
So I have a
unsafe.
Harley.
I'm not allowed to ride motorbikes. I have once. I got my motorbike. Sailor Jerry paid for me to get my little CRT license, which was pretty cool. But also, I rode a motorbike. That's the only time I've ever actually driven a motorbike because I was obsessed with them when I was a kid. And I used to race BMXs, and I used to bunny hop things and run away from the police on my bike and stuff. And I was so nonchalant about like being hit by cars or going really fast on the road that none of my friends who had motorbikes would let me get on them. And one of them said like, no, you get on a motorbike and you get comfortable, you're going to kill yourself going too fast. And he died on a motorbike. So I was like, not trying to be dark or anything, but like, I was like, oh man, maybe that was like a precursor to, don't ride a motorbike. So I didn't ride it. Like riding motorbikes and shooting guns were the 2 things that like kind of obsessive about. I feel natural shooting a gun for some reason. Guns
are a lot of fun.
But there's no good, airsoft, for example, or paintball. Love paintball. Like this guy loves paintball. I once played paintball at Bobby Hiddleston's stag do.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. But they had this game. This is showing a little bit of my true colors of how competitive I can be. They had this game where they're like, the guy's like explaining, right, so everyone get in their positions, and basically half the people on one team are going to be over there, and they start over there, and that's their safe zone. And once you come out of the safe zone, you can be shot, and you've got to work your way, finding cover until you get into the middle. Now in the middle, there's an open area with a barrel in the center and a flag on it. Then you've got, another little thing, and the other team is all the way over there, and they work their way up, getting cover to the middle. But if you take the flag, you pick up the flag, and you got to make it back to your base. Now, if you get shot, the flag has to go back, right? So you can't get shot. But if you pick up the flag and hold it above your head like the Statue of Liberty for, I think it was 15 seconds, something along those lines, you know, the other team is allowed to shoot you as much as they want from point blank range, but you can win by just not dropping the flag. You can't go and drop the flag. So I was like, sweet.
Jesus.
It didn't occur to me that no one else thought to run to the flag. So I, as soon as the buzzer went, sprinted to the flag, picked up the flag, and they were still finding their positions at first. And then they went, what? And I just went, which opened up game number 2, which was called Code Red, where we were allowed to shoot each other as much as we want from point blank range, and no one got out. So it was open season, shoot everyone. And it was the most fun I've ever had in my life. Because I don't care about getting shot. So I was just like, and I was wearing like a full outfit with like a mole vest on and stuff like that. And just started shooting at people, and they'd shoot back at you, and then you're not flinching, so you're coming at them, and they're like, they don't continue shooting you. They're like, what do I do now? That was the most fun I've ever had playing paintball.
I'm here for that. Like,
It was so much
paintball's
fun.
great.
But obviously, shooting real guns and stuff, only did it in New Orleans when I went for drive-through daiquiris, followed by shooting guns.
Wow.
But like,
Wow.
you know, we go into guns. Like the UK has like fucking great gun control. Like
Mm.
to an extent, like my dad has guns.
Yeah.
The police have to come to your house. They need to check that you keep it in a locked gun thing in a closet. They need to come to your house, see where you put it, and then like assess you.
Oh,
Trigger locks as well.
totally agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. Like, if anything, I'd like to like play airsoft, where it's like little pellets, you can't kill
Airsoft.
someone.
Yes.
But I'm waiting for someone to build a screen accurate Call of Duty map. Why don't we have that in the UK? Like, how much would that cost? Come on, some bits of timber. You know?
Timber.
We're like
That's
little
the thing.
pallets.
That's the thing that's going to cost the most. The timber.
Some land. I don't know. If a farmer put it in his back garden.
Aye, that's it. That's
What?
it.
You could build a mock.
For sale, and you can buy like fucking eight acres of woods in the UK for like 25 grand or something.
That
There's a
can't
website
be.
that I troll through.
But you're not allowed to do anything with it.
You can build a
Is it one of
you can
those-
Build a tree house probably. And a few other
Ooh.
things,
God, we could do the Camp Monkey concept,
right?
the original plan. Right. Yeah, so that's my plan. I think we should just sign out. I think we've had loads of fun. This is like can we make this part 1 of multiple different episodes where you guys come down?
Once we
And
once we sort the audio out, we'll do
We
that.
we,
We're gonna-
we
I think we're
yeah.
gonna do that afterwards. Yeah. We'll
I'm
do
so
this afterwards.
sorry,
This is
man.
stop. No. It's just it's one of these things that like
Do,
it's so difficult. It's,
do you know what the funny thing is? I've almost pushed the button a couple of times on just. So see the way you've got that shotgun mic
Yeah.
there? That's a Cartoid. Like it's a real like condensed. You need a lot of gain for it.
Yeah.
That's why it's going out of the camera, because it can get that.
Yeah.
But my original plan was actually to get a couple of like boom micy things like
Yeah.
that you see in podcasts,
Yeah.
and just bring the mic down
Yeah.
to the point that it's just out of shot. Because actually, looking at you guys, the mic could be more or less
But you
here.
you can have it here. You can just have directional mics here at this point.
Like in the-
Yeah.
Because you can see, like, I've put my hand down, I'm reaching there, and I've got this little space here. So I'm saying,
I might do that.
Worst comes to worst, just get some like podcast mics down here out of shot, and that's
Yeah.
a backup. You know what I mean?
That's
So,
what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm
um,
gonna do. These wireless mics drive me crazy. But look, guys, I'm actually just signing off because it's been an hour and 10 minutes already. Big hand to Sly from Trailer. Yeah, awesome. We forgot to mention the comments. Were you seeing the comments come through?
Some of them. Which
I was
one?
just no. I mean, like normally I would respond to the comments constantly, but
Well,
I was
most
just
of it's been
I was
my
so
husband.
captivated with you guys. Right. So thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Sorry
Yeah.
for the mess that was the audio. I'm going to get better at this. One day I will get an intern, and the intern will be amazing. And the intern will do stuff like sorting that sort of shit out for me while we're live, you know, because it always happens right before
yeah.
you go
Yeah, I
live.
can see why, because you want to look on these screens because you want to make sure it's all going all right.
I
So that's I'm
consciously
looking
try
at-
to
I'm
black
looking at
out
the
that
audio
side.
levels, and I'm looking
Yeah.
at the comments, and it's so hard. You need someone else to do that for you.
Well, I realized that
personally.
I'd rather have us talking and constantly engaged
Yeah.
than me doing this one.
Well,
You know?
But when I was watching your show, I was like, "Where's he looking at? Where is he going?"
Oh,
Like,
because I keep looking across.
You're looking there just to make sure it's all going all right. 'Cause
Yeah,
you
yeah.
See, Facebook, YouTube, making sure that's connected. Like I say,
Yeah, and you've got all that. Normally, I'd have multiples of these running.
Yeah.
And this normally you have like your comment section in here, which isn't working, obviously, because YOLO live. But we'll discuss that.
But I'm just saying, as in like the setup is incredible. Like for us coming out here from a YouTube show, which is more scripted, to come here, it's been such an eye opener to see how you do it. And then, like I say, it's been great to be on the show just to see it, because it's just the work and effort that goes into this show is far like almost exceeds
I think you guys put a lot more effort in. I realized that I was too lazy to do edits, so I would shoot stuff. I've got like hundreds of things that I've shot that I haven't edited because I'm not confident in my editing.
I can freelance edit if you want,
mate. If we should work together.
You'll charge you though. You
We'll work together. Game on. Right. Let's let people. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I think this is the beginning of just a constant stream of chat that we might be able to get.
Yeah.
We'll get some back and forth. I'll come up with a challenge and challenge them to a duel of some sort. I've got some white leather, beautiful white leather gloves. Like they were super expensive. I think they were like £50 a pair. And they're like these beautiful kid leather, and they feel like you put your hand into an alternate dimension where everything, including the air, is softer, right? And like my plan is to be able to challenge people to duels and walk up to them old school style and be like, "Whoppa! I challenge you to a duel." You know?
Highlander duels.
But it's true, right?
Yes.
Would you do that if you had a
Fuck yeah.
right?
A soft leather glove to the face, yes,
Mate,
please.
super soft. But the idea I wanted to do this for the competition, right? I want two people to be able to challenge each other. Like imagine challenging someone to a daiquiri challenge. You go up and you go,
and you throw down your glove.
I challenge you to a duel. Right? Now the thing is, every person who starts gets 2 dueling gloves. And they got 2 chances to challenge someone to a duel. Right? I challenge you to a duel, you win. I lose my glove. You collect gloves.
Or whoever wins the duel gets the glove.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've only got 1 glove. I can challenge you back and hope I win. Or I challenge another person and hope I beat them. But eventually, there can be only one. Right? There'd be 1 person. 2 people. 2 people with all these gloves. With people's names written on them. Oh, that's that time I beat Nico De Soto. Yeah, that's a good glove. Handy glove to have. That one, Steve Schneider's glove. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I beat Steve Schneider. You know?
You don't want to know what I do with that glove.
There's some Crisco over there.
Sometimes I only wear the Russell Burgess glove and the Stuart Hudson glove, and I just do these ones. I just do these ones with the 2 different gloves. Oh, it's a glove. It's a glove. You could just send photos of people's gloves back to them.
So we need to invest in gloves.
I've got a whole pack of them.
Like
we could just start and see whether or not. We'll just start it with the daiquiri challenge. Like there can be only one. Yeah, I'll find them. They're somewhere in storage. I'll find them. Loads of these gloves. I pitched the idea back in the Monkey Shoulder days, and people thought I was crazy. But you guys.
Well, we were pretty crazy.
Nothing goes out the window.
All good with me. All good with me.
Again, thank you everybody. We're going to start drinking properly now. It's been fun, and I'm sorry about sorry Dan's husband for making you the audio guy. You know, if I ever get paid for the show, I'll reimburse you in some way.
Love you, babes.
And until next time, ciao.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?